Hi guys, good day, it's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class is all about division of monomials. So without further ado, let's do this topic. Now later on class, we'll be answering the following activities. We're going to find the quotient of the following monomials, and then I will give you 9 examples class for you to really understand this one. And we'll be answering this one class is step by step. So before we answer our activity is we need to understand more what are the basic examples in dividing monomials. Now what if the teacher will ask you class to divide 2 raised to the power of 5 and 2 raised to the power of 3? How will you divide this one class? Of course we know that 2 raised to the power of 5, we can simplify this one by simply multiplying 2 by itself 5 times, right? Once again class, 2 raised to the power of 5, it doesn't mean 2 times 5. Once again class, this is not correct class. 2 raised to the power of 5, it means you multiply 2 by itself 5 times. So that would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So therefore, 2 raised to the power of 5, that would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Now what is 2 raised to the power of 3? How will you simplify class 2 raised to the power of 3? That's correct, you multiply 2 by itself 3 times. So that will be 2 times 2 times 2. So this is 2 times 2 times 2. Now, if the numerator class is the same with the denominator, you can just simply cancel that out. Question, why is that, sir? Because 2 divided by 2, the answer class is 1. So therefore, we can just simply cancel this out because this is 1. So we can cancel this out, and the remaining expression, that would be 2 times 2. Now, what is 2 times 2? That's correct, 2 times 2, that would be 4. So therefore, class, the answer, when you divide 2 raised to the power of 5 and 2 raised to the power of 3, the answer, class, is 4. Because if we simplify this one, class, let's check, class, if we really get 4. If we simplify this one, 2 times 2, that would be 4. Okay, once again, 2 times 2, that would be 4. 4 times 2, that would be 8. 8 times 2, that would be 16. 16 times 2, that would be 32. So therefore, 2 raised to the power of 5, that would be 32. Over this one, 2 times 2, that would be 4. 4 times 2, that would be 8. 2 raised to the power of 3, the answer, class, is 8. So 2 raised to the power of 5, that would be 32. Divided by 2 raised to the power of 3, that would be 8. 32 divided by 8, that would be 4. You will have the same answer, class. But actually, class, there is a shortcut rule in dividing monomials. And we'll be applying the quotient rule. And the quotient rule says that x raised to the power of m divided by x raised to the power of n is equal to x raised to the power of m minus n. The rule there, class, if they have the same base, same x, same base, simply copy the base, simply subtract the exponent. Let's apply, class, the quotient rule with this one. Okay, once again, class, let's apply the quotient rule in this given example. So this 2 raised to the power of 5, this 2 right here, class, is what we call the base, and this 5 is what we call the exponent. Okay, once again, class, this 2 is what we call the base, and this 5 is what we call the exponent. Question, do they have the same base? Yup, they have the same base, right? That would be 2. Once again, class, they have the same base. That would be 2. So therefore, we can copy the base. That would be 2. And then simply subtract the exponent. That would be 5 minus 3. So therefore, copy 2 and then 5 minus 3. What's the answer, class? That's correct. That would be 2. Can we simplify this one? Yup, we can simplify that one, class. If you have a number raised to the power of another number, you can always simplify that one, class. So 2 raised to the power of 2, what's the answer, class? Once again, 2 raised to the power of 2, it means you multiply 2 by itself twice. So that would be 2 times 2. And 2 times 2, that would be 4. Very easy, class. If you apply the quotient rule, you will have the same answer, class. I hope it's clear for you, class, with regards to the quotient rule. Same base, copy the base, subtract the exponent. And 2 raised to the power of 2, that would be 4. That would be 2 times 2 and then 4. Let's have example number 1, class, in applying the quotient rule. Alright, so let's answer example number 1. So example number 1, our given, we have x raised to the power of 7 over x raised to the power of 3. Question, do they have the same base? Yup, they have the same base. That would be x. So same base for x, copy x, and then subtract the exponent, 7 minus 3. What is 7 minus 3, class? That's correct, that would be 4. So this is x raised to the power of 4. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 1. Very easy, right? For example number 1. So let's have example number 2. Now, what if you have this given example, class? The number on the denominator with regards to the exponent is bigger to the exponent on the numerator. So let's try to answer number 2, class. X raised to the power of 5 over x raised to the power of 7. The exponent on the denominator is bigger than the exponent on the numerator. So once again, copy x. The question, do they have the same base? Yup, same x, copy x. Subtract the exponent, 5 minus 7. What would be the answer, class? 5 minus 7. That's correct. That would be x raised to the power of negative 2. Once again, class, it should be negative 2. Why is that, sir? Positive 5, negative 7, and like sign, subtract. 7 minus 5 is 2. 7 is greater than 5. We copy the sign of 7. Once again, class, 7 minus 5 is very different from 5 minus 7. This is not the same, class. 7 minus 5, that would be 2. But 5 minus 7, it should be negative 2. Okay, it should be negative 2. So 5 minus 7, that would be negative 2. Now, we're not allowed, class, that our exponent is negative. Once again, class, we're not allowed, class, that our final answer, the exponent, is negative. Therefore, class, we need to apply the negative exponent rule. And this will be the rule here. X raised to the power of negative n. The answer, class, is 1 over x raised to the power of n. Therefore, we just simply put this one on the denominator and the exponent will be positive. So once again, x raised to the power of negative n, understood that there's 1 here. So once again, any number, example 3, any variable x, y, understood that there is a denominator of 1. 3 over 1 is just the same with 3. X over 1 is just the same with x. Y over 1 is just the same with y. So any number, any variable, there is a denominator of 1. Just simply get the reciprocal. Make this 1 to be your numerator. And then this x raised to the power of negative n, make this one to be your denominator. Simply flip this one, class. Get the reciprocal. And then this exponent will become positive. So that would be 1 over x raised to the power of n. I hope it's clear for you, class. Let me give you another example, class. If we say x raised to the power of negative 3, what would be your answer, class? That's correct. That would be 1 over x raised to the power of 3. Put this one on the denominator and the exponent, class, will be positive. Simple as that, class. Once again, class, just simply put this one on the denominator. Instead of negative, it will become a positive exponent. So understood that there's 1 here. Once again, understood that there's 1 here over 1. Just simply get the reciprocal. This one will be the numerator. And then this x minus 3 will be the denominator. So there will be 1 over x raised to the power of 3. Okay? And this exponent 3 will become positive. Last one example, class. If I will say x raised to the power of 4, y raised to the power of negative 5. How will you simplify that one, class? X raised to the power of 4, y raised to the power of negative 5. That's correct. Once again, this one, we cannot simplify this one because this is a positive exponent. So this is okay for x, but this is negative. Therefore, we need to get the reciprocal. Understood that there's 1 here. So this will become x raised to the power of 4. Get the reciprocal. So this is multiplication. Once again, guys, if you have x and y, it means multiplication. So times 1 over y raised to the power of 5. Okay, once again, get the reciprocal. This one will be the numerator. And then this y raised to the power of 5, it will be on the denominator. This is negative. It will become positive. And then simply multiply. Understood that there's 1 here. So this will be x raised to the power of 4 times 1. That would be x raised to the power of 4 over 1 times y raised to the power of 5. That would be y raised to the power of 5. That's it, class. That's the answer with this one, class. But there is really another shortcut way, class. If this is a negative exponent, class, on the numerator, just simply put this 1 class on the denominator and it will become positive. Simple as that. Another example class for you not to be confused. What if I say, another example class, what if I say, okay, this one, if I say x raised to the power of negative 5, y raised to the power of 6, and then z raised to the power of negative 3, how will you simplify that 1 class? Make it simple class. This is negative exponent, put this one on the denominator. This is negative exponent, put this one on the denominator. And then this y raised to the power of 6, this is positive, remain class on the numerator. Okay, this is on the numerator. This is on the numerator. Y raised to the power of 6. Why is that, sir? Because this is a positive exponent. And this is a negative exponent. Therefore, we put this one on the denominator. X raised to the power of 5. It will become positive. This is negative. We put this one on the denominator. That will be z raised to the power of 3. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to this given example. If you have a negative exponent on the numerator, simply put that 1 class on the denominator and then the exponent, class, will be positive. I hope it's clear for you, class, with that given example, class. Okay, so this one, x raised to the power of negative 2. This is negative. We get the reciprocal. Understood that there's 1 here. So our final answer, that will be 1 over x raised to the power of 2. Okay, get the reciprocal, class. This will be the numerator and this will become the denominator. This is negative exponent. It will become a positive exponent. So that will be 1 over x squared. Once again, class, you're not allowed, class, that your exponent is negative with regards to your final answer. I hope it's clear for you, class. Let's have example number 3, class. Example number 3. Alright, so example number 3. So we have a raised to the power of 4, b raised to the power of 4 over a, b raised to the power of 7. Question, do they have the same base for a? Yep. Same base for a. Copy a. Subtract the exponent. Understood that there's 1 here. So that will be 4 minus 1. And then same base for b. Copy b. Subtract the exponent, 4 minus 7. So this will be, copy a, 4 minus 1, that would be 3. Copy b, 4 minus 7, that would be negative 3. 7 is greater than 4, we copy the sign of 7, that would be negative 3. Once again, this is negative exponent, simply put this one on the denominator. Simple as that, class. So this will be, copy a cubed. Once again, class, do not put this one on the denominator because this is positive exponent. Okay, there's nothing to do, class, with a because this is a positive exponent. Simply copy a cubed. Over, this is negative exponent, put this one on the denominator and it will become positive exponent. So that will be b raised to the power of 3. That's it, class. Simple as that, class, with regards to example number 3. Alright, so let's proceed now answering our activity. Alright, so let's proceed now answering our activity. We're going to find the quotient of the following monomials. So let's have first 3 examples because we need to explain this one, class, step by step. Alright, so example number 1, we have negative 12xy over negative 4x. So once again, divide first the numbers. Negative 12 divided by negative 4. So negative divided by negative, that would be positive. 12 divided by 4, that would be 3. So once again, class, same signs, dividing the answer, class, that would be positive. So negative divided by negative is positive. 12 divided by 4, that would be 3. And then same x, we can just simply cancel this out. So a while ago, class, in our example, 2 divided by 2. Same number on the numerator and then denominator. We can just simply cancel this out. And then same variable, example x divided by x. We can just simply cancel that out. Another example, y squared over y squared. Same on the numerator and then denominator. We can just simply cancel that out because this will be equal to 1. Okay, we can just simply cancel this out. Alright, so cancel x and then simply copy y. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 1. Easy as that, class. That would be 3y. Alright, so number 1, the answer, that would be 3y. All set for number 1. Alright, so let's have example number 2. So our given, we have x raised to the power of 4, y raised to the power of 7, z raised to the power of 5 over x raised to the power of 6, y raised to the power of 8, z raised to the power of 4. So same base for x, same x, copy x. subtract the exponent, that would be 4 minus 6. Same y, copy y, subtract the exponent, that would be 7 minus 8. Same z, copy z, subtract the exponent, 5 minus 4. Alright, so this will be x raised to the power of 4 minus 6. What's the answer, class? That's correct. 4 minus 6, that would be negative 2. Once again, class, 4 minus 6. So let me just write the answer here. So 4 minus 6, 6 is greater than 4. So therefore, that would be negative 2. I hope you're not confused with this one, class. 4 minus 6, this should be negative 2, class, because 6 is greater than 4. So negative 2, copy y, and then 7 minus 8. What's the answer, class? 7 minus 8. So positive 7 and then negative 8, unlike sign, subtract. 8 minus 7 is 1. Now 8 is greater than 7, we copy the sign of 8. That would be negative 1. So this is negative 1 for the exponent of y. And then z, 5 minus 4. What's the answer, class? That's correct. That would be positive 1. So once again, class, if the negative exponent is on the numerator, just simply put this one, class, on the denominator and the exponent will be positive. So therefore, our final answer, this is positive exponent. So copy z raised to the power of 1. And then put this one on the denominator, x raised to the power of negative 2. So this will become x raised to the power of 2. It will become positive. And then for y, put this one on the denominator. This will be y raised to the power of 1. And it will become positive. Alright, so we can erase 1 here. Because z raised to the power of 1, this is just the same with z. Once again, z raised to the power of 1, this is just the same with z. Any variable understood that there is an exponent of 1. So we can erase 1. Understood that there's 1 here. And we can erase 1. We can erase 1. That's it, class. This will be our final answer. Okay, this will be our final answer with regards to example number 2. So this is z over x squared and then y. All set. All set, class, with regards to example number 2. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 3. Alright, so example number 3, we have 10x raised to the power of 7, y squared, z raised to the power of 5 over negative 5, x raised to the power of 6, y raised to the power of 7, z raised to the power of 7. Alright, so divide the number first. So we have this one, 10 divided by negative 5. What's the answer, class? Positive divided by negative. Positive 10 divided by negative 5. The answer, class, that would be negative 2. Once again, class, unlike signs, if you're dividing, the answer, class, it's always negative. Unlike signs, positive, negative. Positive divided by negative is negative. 10 divided by 5, that would be 2. So that would be negative 2. Same base for x. Copy x. Subtract the exponent, 7 minus 6. Same base for y. Copy y. Subtract the exponent, 2 minus 7. And then same base for z. Copy z. Subtract the exponent, 5 minus 7. Alright, so this will be copy negative 2. Copy x. 7 minus 1, that would be 1. And then copy y. 2 minus 7, that would be negative 5. Copy z. 5 minus 7, that would be negative 2. Once again, we have a negative exponent. Just simply put this one on the denominator. Simple as that, class. So therefore, our final answer, this will be negative 2. Copy x raised to the power of 1 over, put this one on the denominator. So this will be y raised to the power of 5. It will become positive. Put this one on the denominator. Z raised to the power of positive 2. So once again, class, do not be confused, class. If you have a negative exponent on the numerator, just simply put that one on the denominator and the exponent, class, will be positive. Simple as that, class. So put this one on the denominator, that will be y raised to the power of 5. Put this one on the denominator, that will be z raised to the power of 2. And the exponent will become positive. So we can erase 1. That's it, class. And this will be our final answer. So therefore, our final answer... So this will be negative 2x over y raised to the power of 5, z raised to the power of 2. All set. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 3. Alright, so let's have more examples, class. Let's have examples numbers 4 to 6. Alright, so let's proceed now to examples 4 to 6. So let's start with example number 4. Now, how about you try this one class? Example number 4. Okay, so how about you try this one class? Example number 4. You try this one. And then you put your answer class on the comment section down below. Just let me check class if you really understand our topic. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 5. So negative 30 x squared, y raised to the power of 5, z raised to the power of 3, over 6x squared, y raised to the power of 5, z raised to the power of 3. Alright, so once again, divide first the numbers. We have negative divided by positive, that would be negative. 30 divided by 6, that would be 5. So negative 30 divided by positive 6, the answer class is negative 5. And then for x, they have the same, x squared, numerator and denominator. So therefore, we can just simply cancel this out. And then for y, same, y raised to the power of 5 and then y raised to the power of 5, we can just simply cancel this out. Same class, once again, if the numerator and denominators are the same, we can just simply cancel this out because this is equal to 1. And then same, z cube and then z cube, we can just simply cancel this out. So therefore, class, our answer with regards to example number 5, that would be negative 5. That's it, class. Very easy, right? For example number 5. So therefore, our answer, this will be negative 5. All set. Okay, once again, class, for the answer of number 5, that would be negative 5. Simple as that, class. Alright, so let's have example number 6. We have 8xy over 4y. So divide first the number 8 divided by 4, that would be 2. And then for x, we cannot cancel x because we don't have any other x. So simply copy x. And then we can cancel y. So cancel y. So therefore, the answer class, that would be 2x. Easy as that, class, with regards to example number 6. So this is 2x for example number 6. Alright, so let's have last examples, class, 7 to 9. Last 3 examples, class. Once again, class, do not forget, class, to answer number 4. Alright, so let's proceed now to examples 7 to 9. Alright, so for number 7, we have negative 16 x raised to the power of 6, y raised to the power of 6 over 2 x raised to the power of 6, y raised to the power of 6. Alright, so once again, divide first the numbers. Negative 16 divided by positive 2. So negative divided by positive, that would be negative. 16 divided by 2, that would be 8. So negative 16 divided by positive 2, the answer, class, that would be negative 8. Now we have x raised to the power of 6, same with the denominator, x raised to the power of 6. So therefore, we can just simply cancel this out. Same with y raised to the power of 6 and then y raised to the power of 6. So therefore, we can just simply cancel this out. So therefore, class, the answer with regards to example number 7, that would be negative 8. So therefore, this is negative 8. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 7. Alright, so let's have example number 8. We have 10 over 15. X raised to the power of 4, y raised to the power of 3. X, y raised to the power of 5. So for numbers 8 and 9, so this will be quite tricky, class. So for number 8, you divide first the numbers. Can we divide 10 by 15? Can we divide 10 by 15, class? Nope, we cannot divide 10 by 15. Once again, class, you cannot divide 10 by 15. If you will divide 10 by 15, you will get a decimal answer. And you're not allowed, class, to have a decimal answer. So therefore, class, we need to reduce. Once again, class, if you cannot divide, you need to reduce. Now, you need to find the GCF. What is GCF, class? That's correct. That will be the greatest common factor. You find a number, class, in which we can divide that number by 10 and 15. So what would be the GCF, class, of 10 and 15? That's correct. That would be 5, right? Because we can divide 10 by 5. We can also divide 15 by 5. Once again, class, do not divide 10 by 15, class, because 10 divided by 15, the answer, class, is a decimal. Okay, once again, class, the answer is a decimal, and you're not allowed, class, that your answer is a decimal. Therefore, if you cannot divide, you need to reduce. So once again, the GCF of 10 and 15, that would be 5 because we can divide 10 by 5. We can also divide 15 by 5. So the greatest common factor of 10 and 15, that would be 5. And then copy x, same base for x, copy x, subtract the exponent, that would be 4 minus 1. And then copy y, subtract the exponent, that would be 3 minus 5. Alright, and then 10 divided by 5, that would be 2. 15 divided by 5, that would be 3. And then copy x, 4 minus 1, that would be 3. Copy y, 3 minus 5, that would be negative 2. Is this our final answer? Nope. This is not our final answer because we have a negative exponent. So therefore, we put this one on the denominator. So copy 2, copy x cubed, over, copy 3, and then put this one on the denominator. That would be y raised to the power of 2. That's it, class. All set. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 8. 2x cubed over 3y raised to the power of 2. Once again, class, I hope it's clear for you, class, with regards to example number 8. You cannot divide 10 by 15 because you will get a decimal answer. You need to find the greatest common factor. And the greatest common factor of 10 and 15, that would be 5. Because we can divide 10 by 5, we can divide 15 by 5. Just simply reduce the fraction, class. Okay, just simply reduce 10 over 15, that will be 2 over 3. So you try this one, class, number 9, and then a while ago, number 4. You try this one, and then you put your answer in the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. So same thing, class, with regards to number 9. You cannot divide 12 by 9. You will get a decimal answer. So you find the greatest common factor, class, of 12 and 9. Alright, so once again, class, I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.